Hey everybody, it's Trainer Joe here. Welcome to Facebook Live. Today we're going to talk about stress eating during quarantine. Stress eating during quarantine. How does it help? How does it help you out there? Is it helping you cope? This is a stressful time, so we might be looking for new ways to get through difficult times. Certainly, we could use an outlet, right? So eating, snack things, good foods, things we like, whatever, comfort foods, at least can be a distraction right now for us, can't they? So we might look at them like they are hey, it's helping me get through this, whatever it's helping me get through. Kind of like somebody that eats M&Ms while they study, right? I'm studying, I got this exam, I'm going to eat M&Ms while I study. Or for me, I'll admit, when we go on long trips, I like to eat Twizzlers and drink anything caffeinated. How do I justify that? I want to stay alert. I don't want to wreck. I don't mind eating Twizzlers and drinking caffeine if it helps me stay awake and not have an accident while I got a car full of loved ones. I justify it, right? Now, what if I did that a lot, which I don't, but what if I did that a lot? What if that was a regular thing for me? Maybe I was a truck driver and I wanted to stay awake and be alert. So I ate Twizzlers and drank caffeinated drinks. And then one day the doctor told me, Joe, you've gained 50 pounds. Your blood pressure's through the roof. Doc, I gotta cope, right? So walk with me here as we look at this. What makes sense? One lady said her dog nearly attacked her when she came in the house because she gained so much weight already during quarantine. Rover thought there was an intruder. So what are we going to do? What are you going to do? Sharon and Dana and Leanne, what are y'all going to do? Should we, for this time, just give stress eating a pass? Would it make sense? How long can this last? I'm just not going to worry about it. It's not going to go on forever, okay? So I'm not saying that's wrong, but I do want to look at it and be honest with ourselves about it. What if we were smoking to get through this? Would that be okay? If we said, I used to smoke long ago, and because of where this thing is now, I'm going to start smoking again. Would that be okay? Can I ask for some consistency here? Now, you might well say, this is not like smoking. Eating a couple extra Little Debbie cakes is not like smoking. Okay, but are they both unhealthy? So let's just see if we can get some consistency. What if for years I was a drinker, alcoholic, and this is a difficult time, and I'm like, for the sake of being able to cope through this, I'm going to start drinking again. All right. What if I thought, if I don't smoke a cigarette, I'm going to die. Feel like I'm going to die. Then smoke a cigarette, right? What if you need crack right now just to keep from hurting other people? Well, then do crack. What if you just need a dozen donuts to get through your shift? Eat a dozen donuts. I'm not here to be overly critical. I am here to challenge the way you're processing whatever you're doing right now. Somebody had on Facebook, I'm a strong person, or it was a woman. She said, I'm a strong woman who is capable of many things, but restraining myself around chips and salsa is not one of them. Guys, I'll laugh with everybody. Things are funny, right? Things around food are funny. I had a comedian come to me and say, Joe, I need you to help me. She said she wore a fat suit. She had 2 comedian friends that died. Panette, I think, was one of them. The guy that always joked about eating all the food. Ralphie May, was that his name? People are dying. We can find humor in lots of things, and then at times we might need to say, you know what? I need to make an adjustment. Bad habits, blah, 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 blah. Kayla is watching. Greg, I'm trying to stress eat right. Okay, can you stress eat right? And that's kind of what we're talking about, Greg. Then I saw this one, which I kind of agree with this. It said, if you come out of this quarantine with a new skill or your side hustle started or more knowledge. That's great. She said, but you're doing fine. We're all going through a collective traumatic experience. Not everyone has the privilege of turning a pandemic into something fun or productive. Stay healthy. I get that. And I've seen that a lot. This very thing. It's a thing. Let's just relax. Let's just get through this best we can. Let's not feel like put this pressure on ourselves to do something great right now. Okay, but at the end she said stay healthy. Now, if that's just, what do you mean stay healthy? Do you mean just don't get coronavirus? What does that mean? Should we have a reasonable response? Does that just mean, hey, wear a mask if you go to Kroger, stay healthy, or don't smoke and don't gain 20 pounds over the next 6 weeks? What does it mean? Because I think if we're going to be fair, we have to look at the news. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in intensive care. I was listening to Brian Williams. He had on Chief London correspondent Bill Neely. They said he has no underlying health conditions but is overweight. This is Bill Neely talking. He said he likes to run and cycle, but it is well known that people who are overweight and have coronavirus are more susceptible to be taken into intensive care. Should we tell people, in addition to wearing a mask at Kroger and standing 6 feet apart, that they should not overeat, or they're being selfish because they're more likely to take an intensive care room from someone else that maybe is 80 years old and you just chose to overeat because it wasn't a big deal? Guys, don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to get people, provoke some thought here. New figures on ICU deaths revealed, The Guardian, British newspaper, data from the Intensive Care National Audit and Research showed that 165 patients treated in critical care in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland since the end of February. Excess weight appears to be a significant risk factor. Over 70% of the patients were overweight or obese. Is it something we should just say, for right now, I'm not going to worry about it? I already confessed I ate Twizzlers and drink caffeine drinks and maybe even chocolate, whatever I want, when I'm driving long distances and I got my family in the car, because I'm susceptible to falling asleep. And I try to sleep better. But I do things. I'm not saying don't do anything that's fun for you to help you cope. But I am saying, what if you've had a problem in the past? What if this has been a great struggle for you? Should you open that door, or should you have a plan? Should you have a plan? If this has never been an issue for you, weight has not been a big deal, you fluctuate a little bit, but you're in a reasonably healthy weight range, I don't care. But if you've struggled with obesity, and if you're more susceptible to all these illnesses that obese people are, should you take it just like whatever? Or should it be more like, you know what, I need to pay attention here. I don't need to just let this go. Should we even care? Are there times when it just makes sense to say, whatever? And there are times, I think. I've had loved ones that were near death. And the doctor said, we're just at the place now where we just want to, what? When someone's in the hospital or hospice, they're near death. What does the doctor say? At this point, we just want to keep them comfortable. I'm totally in agreement with that. It's no longer a matter of we're going to treat them. We just want to keep them comfortable. I got it. We get to that place. Is that where we are with this? Right? Maybe it's an emergency. It's like I just want to keep myself comfortable while we're here. Here's why I say if this has been an issue for you, if this has been a struggle for you, you might want to be a little more intentional. Don't feel like being intentional. Just feel like watching Netflix and eating Little Debbie's. I get it. You can do that. But you might want to say, you know what? This has been a struggle for me. I don't want to gain 20 pounds while we're going through this. Because for some people, their eating has been such a struggle that life's always been an emergency. They've always eaten to cope. Their level of needing to cope, it just doesn't take a whole lot before they're eating their feelings. And so now they're more vulnerable. Right? I had one lady, she said, Joe, I'm starting a new job. I was working with her, she was doing great. She said, Joe, I'm starting this new job. She said, this is not a time for me to try to lose weight. Right? This stress, she was going to need to eat M&Ms while she was learning how to do these new things on her job. Not the best time for us to try to make improvements or even become a better version of ourselves. I hear people saying, this is an opportunity to become a better version of myself. I just want to get through this, take a few baths, and not die, right? So it's like, what are we trying to do here? I am not saying this is a time, I'm not saying this is a time for you to become a better version of yourself. I am saying don't be a hypocrite. Don't get on the person that smokes, and yet you're obese and eating caution to the wind. It's not fair to do that. Now, if you say, you need to smoke to get through this, smoke to get through this. You need a few drinks to get through this. I don't mind. If you're saying, you know what, I'm not normally a drinker, but I enjoy a Coors while I'm at home watching Netflix, getting through this. Fine. But if you're an alcoholic, not a wise thing to do. Right? That's all. Here's the deal. Right now, for most people, stress is higher than normal. But you still have a choice. And I'm just saying, realize that. And if it's going to hurt you and mess with you, if it's dangerous for you, just to say, whatever, and you're gaining weight, and you're affecting your blood pressure, you're affecting your health, you're more likely, if you catch this thing, to be very ill, why not decide it's worth the effort, it's worth being intentional, let's do this. I had one lady message me. She said, do you have any tips on how I can do this? Because she was on this lose weight thing, and then everything started changing, and whatever she does for a living, suddenly she's working 16-hour days. Imagine these people that are putting themselves in harm's way and the stress they're under right now, working all these hours, whether they're a nurse, a doctor, or at Kroger. What are you going to do? You're going to have to look at your situation and just realize you do get to choose. You get to choose when you come home after working 16 hours if you want to get drunk, if you want to smoke, if you want to go to bed, if you want to do whatever you want to do. We do still get to choose. So if you need help with it, tune in Friday. Sign up for we'll put a link in here. Friday we're going to have a staying home healthy igniter. Home and healthy. Because a lot of us are confined to home. How are we going to do this? So I'll give you some help and guidance in doing this. If you sign up for it's free, Friday at 8 o'clock, but sign up now so we can prepare for you. So be consistent. Don't be judging everybody else. If you're not going to judge yourself for something that is potentially harmful, and that's just eating with caution to the wind, I don't mind. If you don't normally have a problem with this, and this is just a way to help you get through it, I don't mind that. But don't hurt yourself. Let's be healthy. I'm Trainer Joe, helping you train your brain and transform your body.